Hi, welcome to my 2024 bullet journal setup video. I'm basically going to be showing you how I set up my journal for 2024. It has a bit of planning for the year, a bit of vision boards for the year. I think this is something that will be great for anybody who is newly into bullet journaling and even people who have been doing this for a while. I've been bullet journaling since 2019 on and off, and this year is going to be on. I'm going to be bullet journaling as much as I can throughout the year, and I just want to take you through how I prepare and how I make my setup for the year so that the rest of my spreads can follow along and be cool too. But yeah, I hope you like it and get ready for the rest of it. First thing I do is planning. I have a journal that's kind of like my dump journal. In there, I planned out what I want every single page to look like. So that's this. And now a little bit of ASMR for me unwrapping my new journal for the year. Okay, back to it. Now I'm just writing this journal belongs to me, Manasi, on the first page, and I'm also writing down the day that I started this journal. This isn't something that I've always done, but it's something that I want to start doing more often, so I have a more obvious timeline of when I'm writing in certain journals. I think it's just fun looking back to see where I was at and what my art style was like at a certain point in time. So this next page is me on January 7th, the day that I made this. Could have been January 1st, but it's my journal. It doesn't have to be, perfect or whatever. It doesn't matter. But basically, this is just like me in a nutshell. If I was describing any of my likes, dislikes, personality traits, whatever, on one piece of paper, then this would be that. And so I'm kind of just like organizing it into like my profile. So like basic things about me, so like my name, my age, where I'm at currently, and then my favorite little section is this currently liking, listening, needing, eating, drinking page. And so my current want are the Sony WH-1000 headphones. I've heard so many good things and I just want a pair for myself, so I'm trying to save up money to get one for myself. Then I also split up a little T-chart of things that I like, things that I don't like, my current style, my current favorites, and just some random fun facts about me for future me to look back on and say, oh yeah, in 2024 in January, this is where she was at. Current TV show that I'm like watching is Kim's Convenience. Favorite movie, National Treasure. It just always has been. And then these like categories that I've created are super customizable, so obviously you can put whatever you want, and I'm definitely going to be making another one of these maybe 6 months into the year, like in June or just at the end of the year, and then that might not have the exact same stuff, because especially the currently list, I changed that up a lot. I've done that kind of like list of what I'm currently listening to, currently loving, currently learning, currently reading. That list, like those actions change all the time. So it can really be whatever you want it to be. And then on the page right next to it, I put a picture I took literally the day that I was making that page, of just me on this day, and I'm decorating it a little bit with two random pieces of stickers that I got. And I don't have a Polaroid camera, so I took a picture of myself and then I put it in a Polaroid frame on Canva, and then I printed that along with some other images that I took from Pinterest to save paper, which I will show you later on in the vision board. So this next page is fully and completely inspired by TikTok. I made an ins and outs page, things that I want to keep or start for 2024 and things that I definitely do not want to do anymore. One of my biggest outs is rotting in my bed all day. I think it's fine to have days that you do this every once in a while, but I just had a phase where I was doing it way too often, so definitely that is going out. But I want more relaxing night routines, hanging out with my friends at least once a week. I have a problem sometimes of spending too much time by myself, so I definitely want to focus on spending more time with my friends. And then reading is also a big one for me this year. I want to make a conscious effort to go to the library more and read more often. So speaking of wanting to read as one of my goals for this year, this spread is my goals spread. I specifically wanted to get inspiration not only from, Pinterest, TikTok, YouTube, but also myself. I looked through past journals of mine, goals that I had, things that I maybe didn't achieve, or something I just wanted to pick back up again, or just want for myself for the future. So that's kind of what I made an effort on. I also don't use this white marker that often, so I wanted to use that on the black paper, and just make sure I'm using all of the art supplies that I do have, because I don't see a point in getting them if I'm not actually going to use them. So I did divide this page into 3 big sections and then 2 smaller ones. So I have 3 big goals for the year and then 2 smaller ones. I think a lot of times when I used to think of goals in the past, it was just start fresh. These are 3 new things that you have to do and have to get done for 2024. But time isn't cut up by years necessarily. Stuff that you started in November of 2023, you can still keep focusing on or make an effort to focus more on for this year, which is something that I really wanted to do. I think this is my favorite spread from this whole video. My vision board is just basically my Pinterest board on paper, tied with goals that I have and affirmations for the year. Again, I'm using that same white marker and the remaining scrap of that black paper to write out 20 for 2024 vision board. And then on that paper that I used earlier to print out for my picture of me, I also printed out all of these pieces of paper, and now I'm just kind of arranging them to basically make a Pinterest collage board, vision board on paper. What I like to do for this is not just find aesthetic pictures, although I think these are aesthetic pictures, but in addition to that, they all serve their own purpose. So one of my goals this year, or bucket list things, is to travel to New York. So I have a picture of New York on here. I want to get back into clay and focusing on my hair care, oiling my hair, having a good routine, baking more, exercising, journaling, all these things that are really important to me I put on here because I want to utilize my time as well as I can. I found this idea online for writing a letter to your future self. I found this plain card and envelope in my mom's stationery, and I'm just writing a letter to my future self from past me. Essentially, it's like a diary entry plus a little bit of just saying what I hope for future me. This can really be whatever you want it to be. I included what I'm doing currently for work, what I'm doing for fun, where I'm at mentally, and what goals I have for myself, and really where I want myself to be in the future. I think it's important to have these ideas in place, and it's just a fun thing to read back on. So for the other side of the spread, I did my word of the year. I did this back in 2021 and I wanted to pick it up again for 2024. I just want to say right here, you can see that I tried writing the word in blue and then doing that outline in gray, and I just really didn't like the way that it looked. So instead I kept the gray where it was and then put the word on this new paper and then glued that on top. This isn't a mistake. There's something that you can do technically right or wrong with bullet journaling. I just think, it is what it is. It looks cool anyway. So Querencia, by the way, is basically my place, and I think of it as my place physically and in my life. This year I want to find strength from my place, and I've realized that can be home, small things sitting in silence with my sister in the car, or even just making this journal. And I want to focus more on that and that place. Now my bucket list. So as you can see, I made another I didn't really go according to my plan here for what I had written out in pencil at first. But instead, seeing that I couldn't fit the word list right next to bucket, I put it underneath it instead and put the description on the side. Honestly, I don't super know all the things that I'm gonna add to my bucket list so far. Right now, I just have traveled to New York and tried baking something completely new. I've been like in this flow of just making the same few things over and over again. It's just been banana bread, brownies, and tiramisu, and I love making those things, but I really do want to try something that I haven't ever tried before. I'm thinking about making tarts, like an apple tart, or like, I don't know. I need to look more into it, but I definitely do want to get more into baking again this year because I just think it's really fun and something that everybody likes because everybody loves baked goods. Okay. So the next side of this spread is my media to check out. So I like doing this every year as just a way to kind of see what's up and coming for the year. So I have it split up into different categories. I got books, TV shows, movies, and podcasts. One podcast that I actually started last year that I love so much that I'm continuing to listen to this year as well is Suburb Talks. Those guys are so funny, and it makes me feel like I'm like talking to my friends because the way they like drift into different conversations is exactly what we do, and then we go, what exactly were we talking about? And then they bring it back, which I love, which is just amazing. A book that I actually had on my media to check out and that I finished by the time I was done making this spread, or making the bullet journal layout that I have so far, is One of Us Is Next. I think I mentioned it before, but such a good book, would recommend. Atomic Habits is also on my list, would recommend that one for sure. This next spread is by far the easiest spread to make. I literally just wrote out 2024 parentheses adult reading challenge. My library near my house had this like pamphlet out basically that just had 50 different challenges. So like one, for example, is read a book by an author who is a person of color, or read a book originally published in the 90s. There are a bunch of different ones, and I really need to branch out the types of books that I'm reading, so this is fantastic find for me. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is the most time-consuming spread, but I think it's the coolest one. I will not lie. So basically, this is my future log. I'm creating a sort of calendar that just has space for all the months of the year, and I made it into this sort of booklet within the book. So basically what I'm doing is, as you can see, mapping out how big I want each side of the book to be, and then I'm cutting out along the sides to see, you know, where that would be, and then I'm cutting indents as well so I can make kind of tabs for the different sections of the month. So January through April is on one page, and then when you flip it, May through August is on another page, and then September through December another page. essentially what I'm doing for every single one of these is writing out the like abbreviated form of the month, and then next to it the days of the week, and then underneath that I cannot even tell you how long I spent like handwriting everything, and it doesn't even have to look good. It does not matter because I use this spread a lot, but definitely not as much as other ones, so it's fine. It doesn't need to look that great. I used it to keep track of birthdays and other like important events that are coming up, or travel plans, anything like that's major like that probably won't change its date. I'll put it in the future log. I use it especially to keep track of birthdays because I feel like, I don't know, I could use my phone for that, but I just don't. But yeah, no, this future log definitely is my favorite, and I just really like it. And then of course, sticking with that kind of blue theme that I had going throughout this whole video is me taking scraps that I've torn from magazines and then stickers. And I think when you look at like the decorations side of bullet journals a lot, you're like, oh my god, how do they put all that stuff together? But really, it's just layering. Like, find some stuff that you think might go well together and then just stack it on top of each other in some random assortment that you think looks good. And if it doesn't look good, keep it as is, go to the next page, because you can see improvement within yourself as you keep going. And I think that's one of the best things that I've forced myself to do, is be okay with it looking ugly, because if it looks ugly now, guarantee you it will look better next month or the next month or the next month, and as you go on. And now for the final flip through, which I think is everybody's favorite part. Honestly, flip throughs are my favorite part too, but I hope that you sincerely enjoyed this video, took something from it. I really loved making this, even though it definitely took me a while, but I loved making it. So hopefully maybe I'll come up with some more ideas in the future and make some more bullet journal videos that are kind of different from the vlog style that I've had going. But if you do like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. She's very new, but I'm very happy about it as well. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it.